Yes. I can just reshare. Yes, exactly. So the Facebook one blog, if you stream it to YouTube or somewhere else, like let's keep okay. So I would, okay. I would just find you. So you put it on your wall.
Okay. Give me a second. Budeme začínat na novém místě ve stejný čas plus minus. Pozdělce. Teď si listuj tady. Tak. Jak vidíte, kolem mě je tady spoustu divných věcí. Tohle je experiment a potřebujeme otestovat, jestli lze tady nahrávat a ze odsaď streamovat a pokud jo, tak je možné, že to bude nový standard, který nějak jako vymyslíme. Od vás, vy budete mít úkol taky dneska, jo? Krom toho, že potřebuju, abyste se aktivně účastnili diskuze s Michalem, až začne hovořit, tak bych byl rád, kdybyste neodkázali hnedka po přednášce a zůstali tady s náma, protože on říká, že se strašně těší, až si všichni dáme pivo. Tak doufám, že jako neuděláte ostudu a nezdrhnete. A potom budete mít druhý úkol, koukat, jak to tady vypadá a jestli vám to tady jako vyhovuje. To znamená, jestli tu není kravál, jaká je obsluha, mají dobrý pivo, mají dobré jídlo, jo, a takovéhle věci a podle toho vyhodnotíme, jestli se sem budeme vracet, anebo ne. Tak. No a my máme teďka, myslím, že 71. SEO logger a možná, kdo z vás jste byl na covidu, na tom online streamu, který jsme s Michalem měli během covidu. Jeden, měli. Because I'm talking, we had this team together, all right, 2 years ago, during COVID. So this guy is the only one who was there.
We were supposed to go here 2 years ago.
Yeah. Both of them. Já jsem ho, protože on teďka byl pracovně mimo Polsko, takže říkal, že zaletí z Dánska, protože to má cestou do Polska, do Prahy a vlastně ukáže nám, co všechno surfer umí, ale hlavně to, co souvisí s AI. Já jsem byl na tom webináři, jestli jste tam někdo byl, který byl fakt strašně zajímavý a myslím si, že se strašně zvědavý, co nám Michal ukáže. So, Michal.
So we are streaming, so the SEO surfers group, like, hey, we will be sharing the short presentation about surfer AI and the result and like everything that you want to know about that. Stay tuned. And can you hear me well? Like, should I speak louder? All right. So we met with Michal like a couple of years ago, but I never saw him in real life. So it's like nice to meet you, Robert. Nice to meet you all. That's really a big pleasure for me to be here and finish that dining street with like a little bit of a basement in Prague. This is such a nice place. So yeah, I will just turn the presentation on. I will just like wait for the thank you, everyone. All right. So pretty similar presentation I had in Brighton SEO, I had in Boston, I had in Shanghai SEO. But I refreshed the chart in Google Search Console because they are only getting better. So, do you think that you can build topical algorithms with AI content? Yes, no, I think so, and I will show you that it is possible. So yeah, let's get started. I'll just quickly introduce myself. I'm a Master of Science at Forestry. Nothing to do with SEO, with digital, with IT, but during the university, I started to work as a quality tester. Then I joined SEO, and after a year, it turned out kind of know how to do it, so I was promoted to the head of SEO of the agency. And the little backstory of the whole server thing is that we really had trouble to hire people because the agency was founded in 300 each people, like 300 people in a village. You can imagine you have like the finished amount of cousins or friends who can work with you. So we just couldn't hire more. So if we wanted to scale up, we decided that okay, we will build a product for ourselves for the agency, and that was the very first version of server. It's basically analyzing the HTML, all of you to go through the keywords where they are, how many headings, how long the content, and stuff like that. So we all started in the agency. So we basically built a product for ourselves, and after a couple of months, we started to scratch our heads like, hey. Maybe we don't have to do the client work anymore. And it turned out that we were able to like quit the agency and start doing the product for real. And well, it was 2017 and we do it up to these days. And I'm a head of innovation at Server right now. And well, that's what I do, like build the AI stuff, build the topical map, do some data science with the team. So that's what I do. All right. Well, yeah, that's the same slide I had in Brighton. That's the same slide I had in China. Just a few words about who we are. So, like I see content, ideation, writing, implementation, that server, and we are used by like big and small companies, by the upstream marketers, by the agencies, by the freelancers, all kind of people who monetize the organic traffic, basically. So that's about it. And the agenda for today is really simple. So we definitely not going to write an email with ChatGPT and then summarize it. What we will do, like I'm sure our team experience on generative AI range stuff. So why it is so hard to get great reading articles from the ChatGPT. We'll go through these ingredients for growth. So basically, what's required to be done in terms of to execute AI content campaign for a website, and then I will show some case studies to show you that you can trust me a little bit more than you can trust me right now. We are starting with the value fee. That's the stoic gravity. A friend of mine had a plain wall in his room and he was like, it's freaking boring. So maybe we can use Rowdy. Okay, he's a fan of Marcus Aurelius, and he wanted like a stoic gravity next time. And looking good. I mean, I would put it on the wall, why not? But look at the details. It starts to be like meditations, well, not really. So, this is what happens when you read an article in ChatGPT just by asking, like, hey, write me a recipe for whatever, pancakes, and it will be like full of these meditations, and hallucinations basically, and repetitions. So we want to avoid it because it makes a huge difference in SEO. And one of the case studies shows that example of low quality AI that turns out to be penalized, and then when we replace the content with the proper AI, it started to work again. So the details make a huge difference. By the way, the presentation seems to be like a 30 minutes, 35, depending on which rabbit hole I will like explore a little bit longer. But I hope I won't like be boring you or too much. Like you raise your hand, like say stop, I will like speed up. But that's a quote of our CTO, and well, he was like, it's super easy to get something looking good, like on a first glance, like a pancake recipe or the solid graffiti. But if you want AI to use all of the specific elements, like all of the entities, all of the facts, all of the questions, all of the things that are required to write a properly optimized and comprehensive piece of content, you will have a hard time to actually make it use these terms without the issues. So that's the biggest struggle of generating AI. So easy to do something, look, easy to impress your own. Like it's super easy. Like, hey, look, Auntie, I just generated a poem for you. Great. But when it comes to creating articles that will be ranking in SEO, it will be a bit harder. So that's the biggest struggle, and we will try to get over that struggle with that. So, to get that chart, you saw this chart already. It's just really nice looking graph. You need three things, and they can seem basic at the first glance, like strategy. Obviously, we need a strategy, but what does it mean? We need to know what to write about because these days, when there's no content that we can produce images, like ChatGPT or any other language model can create like a million of pages for you. We need to know specifically which topics are connected to each other, what environment we are in, like when we are reviewing running shoes. We need to cover the shoelaces, we need to cover the sole, we need to even have an article about the vibram sole, whatever, like niching down and knowing the whole environment. That's why we need a strategy these days. And we need data. What is data? That is basically data for the optimization. We need to go through the search, we need to extract important information, and we need to force, make AI to actually use that information in generating pieces for us. And the third thing is the scale, because everybody else will try to like be faster than us. They will try to publish more and more, and we need to be quick. We cannot publish one article a week anymore. These times are gone. We need to publish the whole title per week if we want to be like the fastest, the best, the most frequently publishing website in our niche to as fast as possible become a Wikipedia of that niche, cover everything that is there. So, the lack of strategy. People still do not cluster their keywords and research by the search volume. You cluster keywords. One guy is clustering. You cluster keywords, he is clustering to the right. Search volume looks pretty nice in the reports. It looks pretty nice to impress the clients. We are targeting the red dresses keyword. But behind the red dresses keyword, there are a ton of variations that there are red dresses for the prom. There are red dresses that you wear with the black shoes. There are red dresses that you wear with blonde hair or with the brown hair, or that are like narrow or wide or whatever. There are like so many topics around it that we cannot tackle that 1 million search volume keyword without the support. That's why we need the strategy to create an army of pages that will push this 1 million search volume keyword from behind. And what happens when people target such a 1 million search volume keyword without the support? They quit logging, they say content doesn't work. Well, that's because people still think the search volume is a thing, and it's not, it's just a shiny object, it looks nice, but it's not going to help us execute that strategy. So, quickly, because not everybody was raising their hands like they think you should. What clustering is? Your niche, depending on the website you are working on. And clustering is helping us to make a decision which keyword should be tackled together on the same page and which keyword should be put on the separate URLs so we can create as many pages as it is required to cover the whole industry. So how we do the clustering? We basically convert the search engine result pages that are top 10 in this keyword and top 10 in that keyword. If they are the same, you create a single article to cover these two keywords. If there's like a majority of the same, then you also do it. But what to do when it's like 50-50? What to do when only three URLs are overlapping? You start to scratch your head again. And that's why we need help from the tools to figure out like, what should I rank together and what should I rank separately? Because there is no other way, there's mathematical way to figure that out. So obviously there are a bunch of different tools and more than I'm showing here. But maybe you know the keyword building, content distribution. These things are really good. Of course, we do it as well. Why not? So I would briefly tell you how it's done from under the hood. Like the whole presentation doesn't treat me like I'm trying to tell you something. I'm trying to reveal like how we do it and it works. There are bunch of different alternatives, different options you can use to do the same process. Like I went through that process. We had like 20,000 clients who are also going through that process that we tell them, and I see it works, and that's why I'm presenting it, not to get another client, right? So just treat me like someone sharing some stuff, not being salesy. Okay, I got the server T-shirt, but that's the only thing I have now, right? So the scientific approach. When the clustering showed up on the market, we've been utilizing some Python algorithms to figure out the clustering, but it was limited to a certain amount of keywords. I could cluster 1,000 keywords, I could cluster 10,000 keywords, but then it was like too slow, too hard to process. And that's kind of insider's information, but we managed to cluster 200 million keywords at once. The whole United States database of keywords is not available in Australia. Sorry about that. It's not available in all, it's only US, but it opens the curtain doors. So if we could make it for the United States, then any other language is possible. So what we did, we clustered the 200 million keywords that created a huge map of all the keywords that were connected to each other somehow by the third overlaps. And it created a map that we can navigate through. So we can find related topics. These are the neighbors. So I have the keyword and I find my neighbors, which is okay. Let's say the Pavel. Pavel is my neighbor. I know Pavel. I don't know you, but you are neighbors of Pavel. I just discovered you, and if I ask you for your neighbors, probably I will reach them all to the community Czech Republic. And this is how such a map works. And when you put semantic analysis on top of that, you will get a whole silo presented to you. So you can execute the whole silo instead of executing keyword by keyword, article by article. You execute silo by silo. All right. So let's see these clusters. This is one of the trees that we've been doing on the demonstration. I got a team of data scientists and they produce stuff like that and be like kind of unless like does it make sense or not? So what is this? This is basically a group of keywords that we discovered starting from one keyword, and the black ones are within the same cluster because their overlap is strong enough to be joined. But what about the purple? What about the green, the blue? These have overlaps that weren't strong enough to put them together with the black ones, but at least we know they are neighbors. So imagine that now I go to the purple one and ask for the purple neighbor, and some neighbors show up, and then I go to that neighbor, like I do the same like I explained. So this way you can explore such a map because it's one huge graph. And what happens when you put semantics over it? So let's say I ask for neighbors of the keywords and neighbors of the neighbors and neighbors of the neighbors. That's it. It's just not go too far because otherwise I will end up in words starting from the tech and ending up patenting advice. I don't want it because I want to explore the niche. So that's why we are not asking for like too many neighbors. Otherwise you go like too far away. But what happens when you take like this is like 1,000 articles analyzed with the semantic vectors. So we basically took these keywords, turned them into a number, and that number was thrown at the 300-dimensional chart. I cannot like even imagine that, but that's how it works. And when you when you turn these keywords into a number and put them on that chart, they will start to be located close to each other. And as you can see, there's a red group, but there are a bunch of smaller red groups. There's a blue group, a green group, and these are close to each other. It means they are within the same log subcategory, the same silo. And that's actually the analysis of the keyword SEO. And it has some like SEO searching, Google, marketing, content, keyword, quite obvious, like main categories, but within these main categories, you have the red category here, good, so you can interlink them. You get red ones here, close to this marketing one, so we can probably have a transition from this place to this place. It's all about creating internal links that are semantically relevant to each other. Like, in 2023, back in the days, I wouldn't even imagine it's possible. Now it is. You can calculate the position. It's straight. These calculations were super useful on the chart. So we turn into a table. And that's just the table of these groups, like small red group, small blue group, small green group. What's your business? Maybe SEO, totally SEO, SEO services, free SEO tools, best SEO tools, whatever. These are the categories, and each category contains the articles, and each article contains the keywords that belong to that URL. So we have like a three-dimensional stuff. Category contains article ideas contains keywords that belong to that article idea. Okay, so I was just executing this strategy with AI, and it will be proven in the case studies later. So that's what you get. It's like in China, they call it rank over. I don't know if it's appropriate to say that in here, but it's going like crazy fire. And when you execute such a strategy with the proper context, it can be AI, it can be human, whatever. If it's good, it will run. And I will take a break now. Okay, and I can carry on. This piece of the presentation is that you should start thinking about creating topical maps and covering the whole neighborhoods of content instead of covering keywords or even covering clusters. Because we went through couple stages. Back in the days, like 5 years ago, we were all about the keywords. There's the keyword, I will write an article for that keyword and I will publish it. Good. Then I will send back into that keyword. Like 3 years ago, when the clustering was introduced, we were like, oh, I won't be ranking for just a single keyword. I will be ranking for a group of keywords. So I will be creating an article that will target that group of keywords. All right. But now it's different. We are targeting groups of clusters. So instead of publishing a single article, we'll be creating 10, 20 articles that belong to a category. We'll interlink them into semantically relevant paragraphs, and we will publish them at once. And that's the strategy I was using in these really nice looking charts. The second limitation that people fall into, so lack of the strategy, that is lack of the strategy. If you have a strategy, it works. If you don't have a strategy, it doesn't. That's the second one. The real-time information, real-time data. People will think that ChatGPT is bad because it doesn't know who's the president of the Argentina because they just elected a new one. They wouldn't know. They wouldn't know the government in Poland because we just elected the new one. But that's not the biggest problem of ChatGPT because we can search for that information. So what the real limitation is that the data for the optimization is missing. So it's missing like entities, all of the words and phrases that give the meaning to the content. GPT doesn't know that when it's generating. GPT doesn't know what kind of headings or pages ranking in the top 10 for keyword are using. So like, well, it's not utilizing Google search, it's not reverse engineering it, so it produces generic content that will not always fit in these thresholds. So that's the real limitation. And well, if you ask me about topics that I don't know about, I would just Google it. When I was a when I was a writer, because I was a PBN writer, by I started SEO, PBN writing, yeah, roofing, kind of stuff, plumbing, whatever. 8 articles a day. I would just go to Google, look at the common elements of these pages. I will read these articles, even though I don't have an idea about roofing. I will read the top 10. I will check, okay, that's what's required to be in a roofing article. I will just make some notes, figure out the common elements, different elements, and I will put together my article. And AI can do it as well, and AI can do it much better than me because my brain is tiny. AI has a huge brain, a huge context. It can read articles, and it can figure out facts. It can figure out entities. It can figure out what are the questions that are being answered within the article. And if you ask it to first analyze the information, then use that information, right? You get a home run, basically. So it's like you or your writer doing research, but better because it has a really good memory. Really, when I was reading the third article from the top 10, I was already forgetting the first one. So you can do it much better. And you can build it like ChatGPT plus the web pilot. Anybody try that? Yeah, of course. So there is like a tempting code. So you can say like, I am data driven because I asked ChatGPT and Web Pilot to read the article and write me something like that. But this way, you are influencing ChatGPT with the raw content, like the whole article. It's hard because the article is long, it has a lot of fluff, so you will end up with a lot of fluff in your article as well. You don't want it. You want to instruct AI precisely. Otherwise, you will end up with these hallucinations. Hallucinations. So you don't want it. So how to deal with it? You need these three elements required to create the proper piece of code. And these will be entities and topics. So basically, extract headings and keywords that are used in the page. You can use Google NLP API. You can use server, neuron writer, scale, nut, whatever. Like there are tons of these tools. Just figure out what are the entities that are the most meaningful parts of the content. Then you want to give context to these entities because entity itself, like as your audit as the entity, it's not enough to give the context to the AI because you can use SEO audit in the context of doing that SEO audit, or you can be explaining the SEO audit checklist or for sheets. You try it. Use it. With GPT for Sheets, you can build your own Google Sheets and you can information. GPT can use that information. If you want to has the crawling services that will give you the HTML. If you use Llama, if you use Mist. See, there is certain, well, I wouldn't be myself if I just didn't show you another way to GPT 3, 3.5. So those with the smaller context window with more repetition, more hallucination. And if you don't care that in some articles they will like sound shitty, they will rank if you provide keywords, if you provide entities, if you provide the topics. So I'm not saying that the cheap long form AI wouldn't work. Back in the days, like I was 2022, we pushed on the surfer SEO.com website articles generated with GPT-2, GPT-2 XL. That was like a little bit better, but it was like the top tier at the time. We pre-trained it on the data set, but well, it was GPT-2. Come on. And these pages ranked like crazy. However, when they received significant amount of traffic, people started to notice that it's shit. So, well, the bounce rate was crazy, and we dropped and never recovered on these. That was 25 articles that I pushed. So that was just a proof that you can rank shitty content that is well optimized, but then when it starts getting traffic, it will be wiped out. So it's okay for the PBNs. Definitely, if you bought a domain on auction and if you want to rebuild it quick and dirty, get some traffic, send some backlinks, cheap long form AI. And when it comes to the scaling up the client-facing content, like let's say premium long form AI, these will be the engines that are utilizing these 400,000 tokens, 300,000 words of information back and forth analyzed, entities, topics, questions, style, like literally anything that you can think about when you are doing the research and the brief was right. Uh, like right now, surferseo.com, we use that specifically on the pages, and we publish blog posts, and they rank and they keep on ranking. So I'm not afraid to put my name next to it. We even tried to like mess with Google a little bit, and instead of signing my name under these articles, we figured out the name Surfer AI is the author. Now, what? Server AI is the author, pages got indexed, and pages get traffic, and they are ranking, and it's okay. And I don't know if you missed that or not. That was like around September this year when Google changed the content guidelines. And before there was a sentence that content should be written by humans for humans, and now this fragment by humans is gone. So it's not a problem to have the AI content if it's not shit. Okay, so that's what you should remember here. That's the only way to scale up the client-facing content production. So if you are selling content, you should consider like instead of the writers, you should consider AI that will be scalable, and your writers should be promoted to editors, so they will just double check, read, and push forward. Push forward. 15 minutes and another one. Okay, so depending on the task, you just calculate your margins. If you are doing PBS, if you are doing like whatever, just calculate your margin, what gives you the ROI, and that's what you do. Okay? Uh, so the case studies, it will be like 45 minutes. Is it okay? I got like 3 case studies right now. So should I go like deeper into them or like bam bam bam? Deeper. Deeper. All right, deeper. Deep strategy. 3 people creating this website. This website about marketing, about human behavior, about psychology, pretty competitive industry. And Tom, I know Tom because he's head of marketing at Surfer. So he was just side hustle to just create that website with his fiance and his friend. So that's the real website. They tried hard to create a website. So what did they do? They planned the website with clusters. We had clusters back in the day, so they used the tools and planned with clusters. Then they created the Jasper content that was like rounded on the edges, so basically like compose, maybe an heading, compose, quick and dirty. Then it was server optimized. So they just put the keyword into the article. So the problem here with this approach, we didn't know that because that was middle of 2022. We didn't know that AI should know about the keyword before it generates it, not generate shit, and then I will put keyword inside and run. What happened? It runs because why not? You can even see, you can still see the loaded into pages. Pages full of loaded into and keyword here and they will run. Plastic vacuum proof, you can go like a and that's really good. I look to read a case study. You can go and you'll see it. Loaded into page runs. Now, shitty AI content with keywords also run. There's quite a lot of it. Let it run. And it started to time because the content wasn't like super cool. Like when you start getting easy, you want to satisfy them. You don't want to be like a spammer. Okay, if you have an e-commerce, you can have like a show more button that will like reveal the whole article on the category page. That's fine, nobody gonna read that. But if they are looking for a real information on the informational blog post, they will be like, this content is shit. I'm going back to Google and checking another result. And that was the case, more or less. And, well, I decided to wait. What happens is that's what happens. The site was okay, going really well, but then when they received enough traffic, it turned out that it was flashed. And it was flashed at the end of last year. Public was very afraid, like, what happened? I invested so much time. That's so bad. We were all like feeling very because I was like, look at the numbers. That's 3 million impressions, marketing years, over 200,000 feet. And in a period less than a year. It's not a big week. It's not like media buying or solid ads. That's really that would be nice. I promise. But it's all gone. So what did we do? We're all built to give the AI the problem, and there's some other problems. At the beginning of the year, we decided to jump on that train for AI content. So we set up a team, data scientists, prompt engineers, developers to connect all the dots and put all of that information into the AI, just like I told you, to produce the best articles out there. So, comment was like, I just got my site doing. Maybe we can try to recover it somehow. So that's what we did. We did 5 batches of content, 30 articles each batch. In total, that was 150 articles. By getting the same keyword on the same URL, nothing was different but the content. And that was the first step of Server AI in March this year. So the first step, March this year, half a year ago. Look, that's one of the pages. That's one of the pages that we played. It was ranking, so, then it went down, almost 0 clicks. And when we replaced the article with the Server AI article, it started to run. And I got another one, that was mine. Another one, and another one, and a bunch of more. And the result of that is when we started using Server AI here, you see that it's like went back. We can replace these articles on the side, but like left, like that. So that's kind of cool that it's the shit content, not the AI content, the real problem on the website. So you can't actually recover penalize AI content website with another AI content. So it means it's not a problem of AI content, but it's shitty content. That's the takeaway from that we studied 2 more results. A star number 2 and 3, I did it with my partner team, Naruto. built a New York-based SEO, and we are working on the topical maps together. And since we are working on the topical maps, we were thinking about maybe we can turn these topical maps into real content. So we use for AI instead of writers to have two tests at once. Why not? So the first one is more like a roller coaster situation because he had a website in June Live that dropped from some sort of EAD issue. There was no traffic to the website. We put a lot of content on this website. We started to run, and then it dropped. So that's the story. The approach of that. So we wanted to basically improve topical authority. That's the goal. The topical authority is a real thing right now these days. So we want to improve that. So we found these topical level categories. We created data and published complete sites. If there were 30 articles in the category, we will write 30 articles, link them, publish at once, and later, that was too late, we analyzed the keywords that we ran for. That's the Google Search Console chart. Here's the EAD issue in blog, and here's why we started working on it. And we put like 200 articles, and it went really well, but then it's gone. And we're like, come on, it's shot my SEO right on this corner, and our case study website is dropping. Why? Come on, that was a serious issue. I was striking at the time, like, well, I don't have a proper case study anymore. But actually, I'm super thankful we lost on that page that little bit of content, a little bit of traffic, because we managed to find out why. Now I will tell you why. I just went to Google Search Console and checked the losers, the biggest losers. What are the pages that lost the most traffic, and what are the keywords that each page is lost? And like that, Human Your Life page, that was a rehab center, so like a dry rehab, a total rehab, that kind of stuff. So, kind of not that easy niche, and you have to be super cautious with the content. And we had a category about benefits of not drinking for 3 months, 6 months, 30 days, 4 weeks, whatever. It turns out that we need to create a separate article for that, so we did. But what Google thought, after we published so many great articles, Google thought that it will rank us on benefits of not drinking alcohol. Completely not for like 3 months, 3 months for the long tail keyword. Yet Google ranked us on this big keyword benefits of not drinking in general, even though we didn't have a precise targeting article to that keyword. And when I looked in the search, it turned out that, well, nobody is talking about not drinking for 3 months or 6 months. Everybody is explaining general benefits of not drinking. So we lost that keyword. No doubt. We lost that keyword. The keyword with 3 and 6 months, they were still producing traffic and impressions. And that's why we had the dip in traffic. And there's another case, and it's even more like talking to your mind. Benefits of not smoking weed. That was another article, probably the same side of benefits of not smoking, not drinking, not taking drugs, whatever. And what happened? Actually, this screenshot is gone. It's gone screenshot. We feel the benefits of living about in general, it was benefits of not smoking weed. And the biggest losing keyword, not being keyword, was how to quit smoking weed. I mean, it is related, but we didn't even have H3, how to quit smoking weed. Nothing, zero. When I checked the content, we didn't even have a keyword in the paragraph, how to quit smoking weed. Nothing, zero. Nothing about that. And Google, even though Google runs our article about benefits others were put all about how to stop smoking, marijuana, how to quit smoking, how to quit smoking, how to quit the top 10, how to quit smoking, how to stop smoking. We benefits of not smoking. Like another different stuff. So we love that here. So it's going well because we like did some fixes, we created these articles that were missing, and we are recovering from that little tip. But what did we learn? What did we learn? We learned first, not generation of content. This is not the first step. When you push 100 articles onto your website, you need to do what? You need to dive into the data. You need to go to the search console and check what are the keywords that I'm ranking for. And if there are keywords that you are supposed to be ranking, you should take the action. Either create a paragraph about that keyword within the article, or create a separate article, either link from another article to the new one. Because we didn't do it proactively. We just looked at the charts, said that sure, like we are good SEOs, but instead of that, we should look into the first control and check what are the keywords that we are ranking. Would it make sense? Because we should create an article that will be dedicated to these keywords. We didn't do it, you should do it. Okay, that's really important stuff. In the third case study, the last one, the one I'm most proud about, because we had really nice domain that was 12 months flat, not flat, that's 12 months. Really nice website with almost 100,000 clicks, with 3 million impressions. I was good PR, just waiting for content, like a black soil, waiting for the seed, a little bit of water, a little bit of sun, and it will flourish. So, what did we do? Again, testing the same approach, improve topical authority on the website, from but for that category, we created the articles, published in the silos. And what happened, this is the execution phase where the number of like 500 pages, and we proved that with 800 pages, and it's pretty correlated with the impression. And that's the chart that you are looking at waiting for the event. It's 11 times private growth. So, it was like, look, it's that small and now it's that big. I'm super proud of that. And we just like prove that you have a right domain, and if you have a right plan, and then you can use the AI content that is like good quality to get the proper growth. So, yeah, we did a good job. The plan, AI equals proper growth. And the last slide, almost last slide, we did the whole situation that you can publish the whole category, not just the keyword. If you use the very last name with models, like, not those shit, future proof, and analyze the data, so anything necessary, and the total search console information as well. Turning all down because the next slide is the one get like a couple of, it's actually fine. It's fine for AI articles. Like right away, we don't have the account. There's the like finding, so it's the best moment to get into it. So that's the safety moment. I had to do this, but like you can get something for free. Plus you can utilize the like finding stuff. But yeah, that's it. That's it. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Yeah. Yeah. Questions? Awesome. What language is that? Yeah, it works with English, but I got a bunch of friends who are using it in Dutch and in Polish, but they are using DeepL to translate these articles. However, And that's why I'm here. You want to help me evaluate check? Like, can you read? I don't speak Czech, so I need some help. We need some help to actually someone reading these articles and tell us like it's bullshit or not bullshit, or it's bullshit here but not bullshit there. So if you'd be happy to help us, like, contribute a little to like, why not? We'll do it. But we don't speak Czech. Are you happy to do it? I'm looking at you right now. You'll yeah, you will get all the articles. You'll get them for free, obviously. Yeah, so then, you can reach out to Pavel, like, collect all the people who want to help, and yeah, that's it.
One more question. Okay. What happens if there are 10 domains and all of them use your tool and are 10 articles going to be all the same?
I will be under the palm tree. No, it sounds like anytime soon. Come on. No. I mean, when that happens, I don't know what happens, what will happen, but it's very unlikely. Seriously, like I analyze a lot of keywords that our users analyze, and there's such a low overlap. Besides of the obvious like SEO services, there's not a lot of overlap. I mean, not anytime soon, a couple of years. So,
do you think that you, like an experienced guy, can recognize the topic from your tool, the page from your tool, or you cannot recognize it from the human presentation?
Probably there will be a way to recognize it. Probably there will be a way because they have a similar structure compared to the SERP. They will have this introduction and then key takeaways. Then they will have all the topics that the pages talked about in the in the SERP. Yeah, this thing is really. I'll put it aside for a second. Oh, I see like 48 points. So, what was it? Oh yeah. They can really recognize it because it's like I can recognize it because they see the key takeaways, then they see H2H3, H2H3, and then conclusion, and at the end I see the tools FAQ section. So I can do it, but you really have to look at so many of these that get used to that format. I hear you this like
If you describe how you can recognize that first of all, let's say similar tone of voice, for instance.
yeah, the number one noise based on the third. I mean, not always because you can choose your own, but I always choose the third page. So it must be an article about like best running shoes for the marathon, and we will analyze the top 10 ranking pages, writing about the best shoes of the marathon, and we will figure out the tone from these pages. And there will be different pages, probably ranking for shoelaces for running, whatever. And there will be like a different writers writing these pieces, so the tone of voice will be a mix of these guys. So it's always different things. Unless you create your own tone of voice, it's not yet there, but you can also like that's the near future. You will be able to put your own blog and say like, hey, read this blog and be like me, and then it will be cool. So that will be the tone of the blog. I don't know why it's not the blog here. Maybe it's on the stage or something. I saw it somewhere.
All the case studies you just showed, is it only content related or you played with some other SEO techniques?
No. We try to get them like as hygienic as possible. Of course, there are like tool update algorithms right? But this page survive, like helpful content update around there, the correction of that update, another update, and it's still growing. So I really can't like argue with that. The website.com, that one, that one, he set up a brand new domain, so he acquired some backlinks first. So that, like, that was the growth of that. Yeah, that's what the growth of that website wasn't the only content. We pushed some backlinks to get indexation to get eligible authority, but even though we did it, it didn't help survive. So a few dropped, and then we only replaced the 150 pages that were the worst. Like I took like last 3 months and the previous 3 months was the biggest minus. Okay, these pages we have replaced. So we did this time that was like the recovery one, and the only content with the following one. We only put again just much more content. So in the recovery, we replace content, and here we start publishing. Of course, around that time, and that's well. But here we give the push more. It was more like a recovery of the training that we had, like we published the article about how to quit smoking weed, basically. And this one, the best one, is entirely new content.
I was thinking that like for average, I think the position went quite high to CPR, but we're just analyzing the CPR based on if it is like average or above average or lower, and it's really
I don't know.
I didn't analyze like if it's a AI generating like
Yeah, the titles and the feature are related stuff is not AI generated. Oh, third party is only generated the content. It's not AI it's generating the head. I don't know why, but we do not. So it's only the content itself. I think we should do it. I don't know why. That's probably one of the next steps.
I wonder, why do you recommend to publish like 30 pages in one page?
I given the investment deadline yesterday.
Because it doesn't unique concept. Like one person writing one article and another.
Yeah. I totally get that question, and I will try to turn your thinking around. Okay, so Google is not trolling your page every second. Google is trolling your page from time to time, and it discovers new stuff when it's trolled. And imagine I'm a troller, and I go to your website and see one new article. It's like, get that article, good. But then I train back again and I see 30 great articles that are semantically connected to each other, and say like, what a progress! I like you even more. That's the situation. And that's one part of the story. The other part of the story is that when you generate or write a single article, so you wake up and you see like I will write about XYZ. You write and publish. But when you wake up with a plan, I will write 20 pieces. And when you write the first piece, you already think about the second, how to connect them in a semantically relevant way, how to connect soles for the running shoes with the vibrant running soles, so you will be able to prepare like a H3 with a lead that will, direct Google to be definitely to that page that is like specific about the vibrant running soles and the continental running soles, whatever. The difference is like writing 10 separate novels from the same author compared to writing a book with a 10 chapters. It's really much better connected. So on one hand, you get better better progress in the crawl, But you also get an opportunity to connect to each other because you know the plan and you know about the following articles, so you can prepare space in each article to connect to each other to create a proper hub and spoke, like internal linking, like pillar page in the middle. These guys are linking to the pillar page and keep between each other. So distribute that force hours. Did I manage to change your thinking? Good. That's right.
Michael, thank you. I'm from business where we are using Google Discover. What about Google Discover?
I have no idea you picked me. Seriously. When I was in Boston, I got a guy who worked in a Fox News. And he also asked me a Google Discover.
Okay, it's magic. Don't worry.
Yeah, we can talk about it, and I'm happy to find a solution. And I will pay commission.
Okay. Yes, stop German.
Thank you for watching.
Okay. So, straight up. Okay. Okay.